Gary Parrish, CBS Sports Eye on College Basketball podcast, here with, of course, the head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks, Naismith Memorial Hall of Famer, multi-time national champion, Bill Self. Bill, how you doing? It's good to see you.
Hey, you read that exactly as I had written it for you. That's fantastic.
Do you understand you can be introduced the rest of your life? Hall of Famer, multiple national champion.
There's a lot of other ways, I think, that people would like to introduce me in some form or fashion, but I appreciate it.
You look good. How you feeling?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel good. I didn't have the best end of summer, but since then, I think I've had a knot put on my head, and I've rebounded from it pretty well, and actually taken a little bit better care of myself. So my energy level's good.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, you had a second heart procedure earlier this year, and in listening to you talk about that, you said something that really stuck with me, which was, for a while, you just felt the way you felt. And you just think that's the way you're supposed to feel. You didn't even know what feeling good felt like. I think I understand that, because I think I'm the same way.
I actually, I had a situation where I couldn't coach in 23. Missed the NCAA tournament and all that, and actually got sick right after that, and didn't recover because they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me for a long time. And then I had this episode, and it's been like 2 years, it's been like a revolving cycle where I never quite got back to 100%.
Right.
And so I just kind of went with the flow, like what you're saying. And now that I actually feel better and taking a little bit better care of myself and stuff like that, now I know that I actually felt like crap before, as opposed to this is just how you feel.
Right.
So I'm excited about it. I like our team. I got energy. I love coaching them, and if we don't perform well, that will not be the reason why.
Right. Do you make any connection between your health and the past two seasons? Because obviously they've fallen below the standard that you have incredibly set.
We were a 4 seed last year and a 7 seed the year last year, and a 4 seed the year prior, and that's coming off back-to-back 1 seeds and a national championship, and it felt like more of a letdown and disappointment, and I felt bad for the guys because we had experienced more success.
Sure.
And so what would be pretty good for a lot of folks came across as not any good.
Your bad years are most people's good years.
Yeah, and last year was a bad year by our standard.
Right.
The worst team up until last year that I've had since 2000, 2001 was a 4 seed in the tournament. So that's the worst team that we've had. And last year we were 7, and we labored, and kids played their butts off, but it was just a harder team. Pieces didn't quite fit as well, and our league was damn good. Yeah. So you couldn't just go get well in a 2 or 3 week span in our league. So and
you also lost a 5-star guard in the preseason.
Yeah, we did.
Right.
Yeah, but that's part of it, though. Right. I mean, people get hurt. People lose a wide receiver or a quarterback or a pass rusher or whatever, and it totally changes how the team looks. But, at the end of the day, it's still a bottom-line business, and those are actually excuses because you have to prepare for the negative. And I didn't think we did as good a job of that last year.
Let's talk about this season's team, headlined, of course, by Darryn Peterson. You probably won't remember this. I remember it vividly. I came to Lawrence in advance of Andrew Wiggins and Joel Embiid's freshman season. And I was there to do a story on Wiggs because he was the CBS Sports preseason National Player of the Year. And we were there at Allen Fieldhouse, maybe the practice facility. And Joel Embiid was doing some individual work with like a manager. And you were like, so you're here to do a story on Wiggs? And I said, yeah. And you then pointed at Joel and said, that's going to be the best player I've ever coached. Yeah. And I said, really? Because he's not even ranked that way right now.
Well, he didn't even start.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even start at first.
And that has always stuck with me because he's gone on to be an MVP. And now when you talk about Darryn Peterson, you say this is the most talented player I'm going to coach.
Most talented freshman, hands down. Best combination of prospect player at age 18.
And you coached an MVP.
But it remains to be seen if Darryn or whoever can get to the level where you're amongst the world's elite as opposed to the high school nation's elite. But as far as coming in, I mean, Darryn and Joel, or Darryn and Wiggs, or Darryn and Josh, or Darryn and Sharon, or some of those guys that I've had, Darryn is more prepared right now than any of the guys that I've ever had. But those guys got a lot better after they got here, and it remains to be seen what that finish line looks like with Darryn. But I wouldn't be surprised if he can't develop into one of the elite players in the world in due time.
Right. I have obviously seen him. I enjoy reading the scouting reports because they're almost unlike any other scouting reports you read about anybody. For instance, you read a scouting report about a guard sometimes that'll say, well, athletic, can really shoot it, but lacks a feel for the game, or isn't an alpha, or motor isn't great. And yet with Darryn, and you would know better than I, but everything I read is great motor, great focus, can really handle it, can shoot it, it's like he's elite at basically everything you want somebody to be elite at.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. It takes a lot of energy to be elite at everything. Yeah. But I actually agree with the things that have been said about him, but he's still got to do it at a higher level. And the other thing is, the most impressive thing about him is he's not 18 years old when he steps on the court. Right. He's a 25-year-old vet when he steps on the court. The game's in slow motion to him compared to other 18-year-olds. And I think that's the thing that probably makes him as special as anything, is that he plays well beyond his years. People have thrown around the name Kobe Bryant. When you hear that, I haven't heard that one, but that's a.
But when you hear that, do you say slow down, or
that's definitely a slow down?
Okay, gotcha.
No. Could he be one of the premier players in college basketball this year? Absolutely. But at age 19, if I'm not mistaken, Kobe may have made the All-Star game. I mean, did Kobe make it?
I believe he was there that young, and it was in the documentary.
Yeah. I thought he did. Now, if he did in his first year, he did.
He was very young, very young.
Now, can a college kid become that? I guess they can. Right. But those guys are few. You look at some of the best ones that's come out. Cade Cunningham. Yeah. Cade is great. Yeah. Still took him a couple of years to get his feet, legs under him and stuff like that. And there's more. Cooper, it'd be great to see how Cooper reacts in his first year, because he's one of the best players college basketball has seen in the last decade, without question. And there's so many others. It's hard to dominate grown men when you're 19 years old. Yeah. First, you got to dominate at our level. And does he have potential to do that? Absolutely. But making those comparisons, it's a little premature to do that.
Last thing before I get you out of here, we now are working in an era where we've seen coaches leave the sport earlier than I think some of us anticipated. Jay Wright, Tony Bennett, Bruce Pearl most recently. On one hand, I think people would look at you and say, okay, 62 years old, had a couple procedures, maybe it's close. On the other hand, I hear you say, I feel better than I felt in a long time.
I actually do feel better than I felt in a long time.
Where are you at in that conversation? Do you think about it at all?
I didn't think about it until I had my recent health scare. Then the doctors kind of confirmed to me that, Bill, if you love it, why would you stop it? Right. Because you're fine. Right. So if you take care of yourself, you're fine. The thing, Gary, that probably interests me as much as anything, we've had 2 down years by Kansas standards. I won't even consider not going out on a down year. Yeah. I mean that's not even consideration. We got to get this thing back to exactly where I know it can be consistently, because it's been proven over time. And the other thing is, everybody says, which I agree in theory, that the college game is so different. Right. Bring back the way it used to be. Right. We miss the way it used to be. You know what? There's things about it that I really miss too. There's things about a lot of people miss about the way their job was 15 or 20 years ago. But all professions evolve and change over time. We're at the height of the change. Right. it'll lessen out. The guardrails will get back on. There will be parameters, but right now it's so frustrating because when you're at the end of the career and you're seeing some of the things that's going on right now, i.e., recruiting professional players to come play on college teams.
Right.
That's just different. That's hard for people to put their arms around, but that's in the short term.
Right.
And to me, what I would take great pride in is the Coach Suttons of the world, the Larry Browns of the world, the Mike Krzyzewskis of the world, that did it in different time frames and was able to figure it out enough to excel in each time frame. Right. I think that we've actually done a good job in winning it in 08 and then winning it 14 years later. But it's a different time frame now, and I really want to see if we can be in the elite in this time frame.
Bill, it's always good to see you. I appreciate your time.
All right.